I'm Travis Pastrana, ringleader of action. I'm Travis Pastrana, ringleader Nitro Circus, 11-time X Games gold medalist, and here are my 5 suggestions on how not to die. 1. If you ride dirt bikes, always remember to turn the gas on. This becomes a major problem. However, when you don't turn the gas on, it'll run for a little bit, just enough to feel like it's warmed up. You'll hit the gas really hard, and when you go wide open, inevitably, on the takeoff of the jump, your bike will die. Tip number 2, if you're ever in the air and the bike does die, you can actually jump really far off of the handlebars. You'd be amazed how much trajectory you get off of your motorcycle. So, I would recommend stepping onto the handlebars, taking a deep breath, waiting until you're pretty sure you figured out the physics in your computer-like brain, and then jumping to the softest area. If there are hay bales around, those are always good. But in all cases, never land on the face of the jump. Always land on the backside. Sliding, very good. My next tip on how not to die. Blame jet lag. Maybe concussions, but mostly jet lag. Compete how you practice. See, the problem with most people is that they'll practice on a worn-out bike, on a skateboard that has a lot of flex, on wheels or bearings that are a little bit messed up, a throttle that has so much sand in it it's really hard to turn. Well, the problem comes when you get on your race bike and the throttle's really easy to turn. You start getting a little bit of arm pump and all of a sudden you have whiskey throttle. Trust me, I've done it. Glen Helen, landed off a jump, got whiskey throttle. You wouldn't believe how easy a factory throttle turns and how much power a factory bike has compared to my box stock practice bike with gritty sand throttle. I took off wide open at Mach speeds, flipped right over the fence and landed on a really big fat guy. It's really nice. Another tip on how not to die is if you're flying over a fence, aim for the biggest feller you can aim for. If you aim on a small person, they will probably break and sue you. Aim on a big person, it not only cushions your fall, but they don't die. Also a good tip. So, that brings me to tip number 4. Now this is key and very similar to practice or race how you practice, and that is your mindset and your physical ability will change on race day. You will have more adrenaline on race day than you have on practice day. So always take into consideration that if you are super tired and worn out in practice, don't take a lot of time off before the race or before the stunt, because if you have a lot more energy, you're going to pull harder, you're going to flip faster, and you're going to have more strength. Not always a good thing. X Games 2011, I had a lot more strength than I had in practice because every day of practice I would go all day long. By the end of the day I'd pull as hard as I can and all I could get was a backflip 360. However, on show day, lots of adrenaline, lots of sleep. Feeling really good. I did a backflip and a half and a spin and a half. Fortunately, that is close to landing upside down. I broke 40 bones, well, 40 fractures over 7 bones to be specific, in my right leg, ankle, and foot. So, don't pull too hard. If you practice tired, compete tired. Finally, my 5th rule of thumb. This is just for survival in general. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, do not, in any way, shape, or form, try to give them advice on anything that they're doing. No matter how much you know or how much is going to save their life, your life will be ruined. Those are my 5 tips on how to stay alive.
When you think they're a bank, it's one way not to die. Don't hang up doing...
Don't hit a jump if you don't know how to snowboard.